Okay. All right, let's get started. So the way that we've decided to do this, which is really fun and cool, is to present it like there are some people that are practicing with a chair and there are some people that are practicing on their mats. So we're still all in it together. We're still moving in the energy, but we get to choose. And actually, even if you do decide to practice on your mat, it might be fun to have a chair nearby in case one of the stretches or something that we do on the chair looks really, really enticing. But let's start all together in our seats. So whether you're on your chair or you're on your mat, find a comfortable seat. If you're on your chair, I invite you to put both feet firmly on the earth so you can really feel rooted to the earth. And if you're in your seat, you can have your feet tucked close to you, or you can have your legs extended out in front of you. You're going to root down with your sits bones. Let your eyes gently close. Bring your awareness to your inner world. Allow your facial muscles to soften. And imagine the ebb and flow of your breath, the cycle of your breath, connecting with the cycles of nature. So the sun rising and the sun setting. The moon rising, the moon setting. The cycles of the tide, the waves crashing on the shore and then pulling back again. The migration of animals. The changing of the seasons. We're connecting with our true nature. This is really, really fantastic to remember. Middle of the day, middle of the week. When maybe you have a lot of this swirling kind of our human structure that we've created. It's really fantastic to root back into our true nature and remember that we are nature. We can move our bodies with this wisdom. Allow your eyes to gently flutter open. Pull your pelvic floor up towards your belly button. Let your belly button come towards the back of your spine and gently up into your ribs. Just a gentle, energetic engaging of the abdominals. There'll be a slight tuck of the tailbone underneath, like a tilting of the hips. Yeah. There we go. And let the chin drop down towards the chest, keeping the spine nice and tall. And roll right ear towards right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders back down away from the ears. And let the chin roll back down towards the chest. Bringing left ear towards left shoulder. Now roll from side to side, moving with your breath. So inhale before you move. Inhale here. And exhale. The exhale brings you all the way to the other side. Breathe in the pause. And exhale, chin to chest. Last one, breathe in the pause. Exhale, chin to chest. Lift your gaze, lift your arms as you do. So arms reach up overhead, maybe gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, surrender forward. So let your hands come to your knees, or your fingertips might even come out to the floor in front of you, depending on whether or not you're in a chair or you're on the floor. Two more like that. So walk the hands back in towards the body. Breathe in, arms reach up overhead. Full breath. Expand the ribcage in all directions. Feel the belly full. Exhale out of the mouth, let this all go. And again, walk the hands back in towards the body. Breathe in, arms reach up overhead. Inhale, a little more air. A little more breath. A little more. Now we're about to fold forward and exhale out of the mouth. This time do it in 5 short breaths. So exhale. Let's do one more like that now that we have the hang of it. I know I said one more before, but that's such a nice cleansing breath. Let's do it again. So inhale. Arms reach up. Feel the entire body expand as you breathe in. A little more. A little more. 5 breaths out of the mouth. And walk the hands back in towards the body. Place the hands on the knees, gently close the eyes again. Pause and feel if there's any difference from just a few moments ago. Notice the shoulders, the upper back, the lower back. Notice the mind. Maybe your body feels a little more spacious. We'll take 3 breaths here with the eyes closed. So breathe in light. Exhale anything dense or tense. Breathe in light. Breathe space into any of those places that might feel a little dense or tense. So find those spaces. Exhale, exhale that dense or tense energy. No judgment. One more, breathe in. Exhale, dense or tense. And let the eyes gently flutter open. Extend your legs out in front of you. So if you are seated, you might shift forward a little bit. So you're on the edge of your chair. Let your heels come to the earth. And then for everyone, let the backs of the knees be soft. Maybe shake the legs a little bit. Backs of the knees are soft. Careful on the chair, there's no support there. And reach arms up overhead. Keep the backs of the knees soft. Everyone, please, hands on the thighs. Fold forward like 2 inches so the spine stays nice and tall. Tall spine. If you're in your chair, you're going to stay right here. If you're on the floor, go ahead, round the spine and fold forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. And lift your shoulders back up above your hips. If you're in your chair, bring your feet back to the earth, so bend back into the knees. If you're on the floor, take hold of the back of the right knee. And then everyone cross right foot or right knee over the left. So if you're in your chair, you're cross-legged. If you're on the floor, you've got your right foot over the left. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, reach arms up overhead. Exhale, extend the right arm out in front, the left arm out to the side. So you stay shoulders right up above the hips. Then cross that left arm underneath the right. You're hooking the right, like right above the what is this, your elbow, right? Keep your sits bones rooted to the chair or to the floor. Twist over to your right. So just the upper part of your ribs. Twist over to, over to your left. Sorry, my bad. Over to your left, yes. So just the top, like from your rib cage up, is twisting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center, reach arms up. Exhale, now twist to your right. If you're on the floor, you're either hugging the right knee in or hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. If you're on the chair, just kind of place your hands to the side so you still have the twist. Yeah, you might even, if there's space there, hook your right elbow to the back of your chair. Maybe. Yeah, pretty nice twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind back to center. Uncross the leg, uncross the foot. If you're on the floor, extend that right heel forward. Take hold of the back of the left knee. If you're on your chair, you're crossing the left leg over the right. Sits bones rooted down. If you're seated, left foot comes over the right leg. Inhale to the tall spine. Exhale, shoulders come back and down away from the ears. Breathe in, reach arms up overhead. Breathe out, left arm comes out in front, right arm goes off to the side. Yes. Wrap right arm underneath the left. Shoulders come back and down. So here the shoulders might want to lift a little bit. Slide them down. Okay, just from the rib cage up is moving. Twist over to your left. Think about pushing this left rib cage. Like once you twist, think about pushing that back a little bit to deepen the twist. And let this be a stretch in the shoulders too. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind, come back to center. Let the arms reach up overhead. And we have our twist to the left. So if you're on the floor, left fingertips back behind, either hug the left knee in or hook right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If you're on the chair, just kind of rotate. You can place your hands above the left knee. Listen to your inner wisdom about what feels good in this twist. So tall spine ascending to the sun. Shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe in. There you go. Yes, feel it out. Breathe out. Unwind back to center. Uncross the leg, uncross the foot. One more forward fold with the legs lengthened. So if you're in your chair, scoot forward a little bit more. If you're on the floor, extend both legs forward. Wiggle it out, especially if you're in your chair. Be careful of the back of the knees. Keep the back of the knees soft. So really engage the lower abs. Breathe in, reach arms up overhead. Folding forward about 2 inches, so hands above the knees, everyone to start. Nice tall spine. If you're in your chair, you're gonna stay right here. If you are on the floor, go ahead and round the spine over and fold. Getting into the hamstrings, so good for the lower back. Some of us that have lower back, the lower back talks to us. Sometimes it's because the hamstrings are tight. So this is fantastic. One more breath. And inhale to lift it up. And exhale. Bring knees to chest if you're on the floor. Okay, we're gonna do some abdominal work. If you are on your mat, go ahead, come onto your back, hug your knees to your chest. If you're in your chair, wait for me 1 second, I'm coming to meet you. So, if you are on your back, take your hands behind your head. This is yoga bicycles. So you're lifting head, neck, and shoulders, extending the left heel out in front of you, twisting the left rib cage to the inner right thigh, and then taking that to the other side. Now, the slower you do this and the more you really hit, squeezing right rib cage to inner left thigh and extending right heel forward, the more you'll really feel it. So go ahead, yoga bicycles, go from side to side. If you are in your chair, I love this actually. I love this, love this. Lots of yoga bicycles if you're on your mat. Okay, so if you're in your chair, scoot forward a little bit, tuck your tailbone underneath, right? Get your abs, really get them engaged, come up onto your toes. Now this might be right where you stay and you're just lifting 1 foot at a time. How you doing with those yoga bicycles? There's a lot. All right, so you can do this. If you want to add a little bit, nice tall spine, take your hands behind your head, and then you're lifting the right knee towards the left elbow, and then switching sides. Okay, so now we're all together. We're doing some form of yoga bicycle. For 5. If you are on your back, go ahead, hug your knees to your chest for a moment, right? And just let your head, neck, and shoulders come down. If you are on your back, extend your heels up towards the sky. Yeah, so your heels come right up, right above the hips, flex the toes back towards the shins, and then you either stay right there or lift your head, neck, and shoulders and pulse. So you can do little crunches with your legs extended towards the sky. For 5, just to change it up. 4, yes, that works. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, if you're in your chair, heels down, hands to your thighs, and just kind of fold forward. If you are on your back, hug your knees to your chest. Make little circles on your lower back. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you are on your back, make your way up to stand. So you can either rock up and down the length of your spine, like so. Come to your feet, or you can just lean to one side, okay? So we're all gonna meet in a version of, what is this called? Ragdoll. So if you're in your chair, take your feet a little bit further than hip width distance apart. If you are standing, reach your arms up overhead. We can all do that. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale to fold. So let your head drape down, take hold of opposite elbows. Knees are bent quite a bit. So in your chair, your belly is resting on your thighs perhaps. Head is hanging down. You can look underneath your chair behind you. If you are standing, you've taken hold of opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. And just sway from side to side. All right. Everyone, push down through feet. Unroll until your shoulders are up above your hips, whether you're standing or in your chair. Inhale. Exhale. If you're in your chair, go ahead and stand up. Come to the back of your chair. Whee! If you're standing, you're already there. Okay. So we're all standing. Some of us are behind the chair. Some of us are standing in Tadasana, top of the mat. Let's all breathe in. Reach arms up overhead. Exhale. Thumbs to the heart. Little bend into the knees. If you've got your chair in front of you, place your hands to your chair. This is lightning bolt. So if you don't have a chair in front of you, thumbs can either stay at your heart or arms can reach up overhead. Okay, so maybe you're using the chair for some leverage here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, thumbs to heart. Twisted lightning bolts. If you have your chair in front of you, right elbow comes to the edge of the chair. If you are standing, right elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. So you can be right here if you want, right? Or right forearm comes to your chair and your left hand comes to your left hip. Or you're here, breathe in. Breathe out. Go ahead and unwind. Take it all the way up to stand. Lengthen the legs. Maybe lean back a little bit at the top. And exhale, thumbs to the heart. Once again, lightning bolt. Then take a look down. Make sure your knees aren't going past your toes. And you either have hands on the chair or your thumbs are to your heart, or maybe reach your arms up over your head again. We have our twist. Thumbs to heart. Either left elbow outside of right knee, or go ahead, place your left forearm on your chair. Right arm might reach up, or right hand could come to your right hip, but you're twisting your heart towards the right without moving the hips. The hips might want to do something like this. Just see if you can keep them in line with each other by using the abdominals. So breathe in. Breathe out. Unwind. Take it to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Maybe lean back a little bit at the top. Exhale, thumbs to the heart. Options here. This is either downward facing dog, or you're gonna take your hands to the chair and step way back. Your feet a little bit further than hip width distance apart. If you are standing, reach arms up overhead. Go ahead and fold. Bring your hands to the earth and step back to your down dog. So all of us are in this little bit of an inversion, right? The head is lower than the hips, perhaps. Right, so you're either in downward facing dog, or you've got your feet way back and your hands on the chair. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. If you are in your downward facing dog, step your right foot between your hands. If you have your hands on the chair, bend into your knees, step your right foot forward. And then we're all coming into warrior two, right? So if your right foot is between your hands, spin the left heel down, bend into the right knee, take it up. Arms come out like a T. If you have your hands to the chair, same thing, left heel spins down. You can keep your right hand on the chair in front of you though for support in your warrior two. And the stance does not have to be so big, right? As long as the right knee doesn't go past the right toes for any of us. Let's add a little movement to this back arm. So reach the back arm down towards the earth, reach it forward, and then reach it up overhead. That front leg might lengthen as that arm comes up overhead. Yes, 3 more. Warrior two. Belly button pulling in and up. So we're just holding 2 more breaths in our warrior two. Okay. Lift the left heel up. So we're turning towards the chair. Left heel comes up. Yep, arms can be out in front of you, or hands can be to the chair. Left heel is up. Nice strong lower abs. Step it to the top. So step to the top of the mat, or step to the top of the chair. Yep, arms reach up overhead. Got it. Okay, standing pigeon. So if you have your chair, take your hands to your chair, step back a little bit. Little bend into the knees. Now we're all together, so little bend into the knees. Right ankle comes just above into the outside of the left knee. And you can do this standing. This is where you might, yeah, if you weren't using a chair the whole time, this might be a nice time to use it. Or this is thumbs to heart. Or you might challenge yourself bringing one or both arms up overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Right foot comes down to meet the left. Push into your heels, lift all the way up. Exhale, thumbs to the heart. This is our downward dog again. So if you are standing, go ahead, fold forward, bring your hands to the earth and step back to your downward facing dog. Right, shoulders not above the hips. Okay, if you're in your chair, hands are to the chair, you're stepping way back. Feet a little tiny bit further than hip width distance apart. Breathe in and see if you can let your head hang heavy. All of us, see if you can let the head hang heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do all of that on the other side. So if you have your chair in front of you, little bend into the knees, step forward just a tiny bit, left foot is going to come right up to the chair, right heel spins down. So if you are in your down dog, left foot comes between the hands. Set up for your warrior two. All of us, left toes pointing forward, right toes pointing off to the side. So left hand can stay on the chair, right arm can go back behind, or your right hand can come onto your right hip. That goes for anybody. All right. Maybe both arms are out. Pushing down, channeling the energy of the warrior. Peaceful warrior. Let's add that arm. Right fingertips reach down. Right arm goes up. Maybe that front leg lengthens as the arm goes back. Two more. Wind horse breath. Warrior two. Feel that, like, that surrendered determination. Like, I got this. I got this. I'm gonna flow. I'm gonna go with the flow. I got this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right heel lifts. Both hands to the chair or both hands by your sides. A little bit of a balance moment there. Or hands to chair. Nice strong lower abs. Step it up. Step it to the top. Standing, yes, standing pigeon on the other side. So a little bend into the knees. You might need a little more space here from the chair. Left ankle just above into the outside of the right knee. Last little bit here. Standing pigeon. I love this. Hands on the chair. And you can kind of like pulse into it. Just make sure the right knee doesn't go past the toes. That's a lot of pressure on the knee if it does, so just keep that in mind. So if you're pulsing the hips back. All right, or stillness. Stillness is good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let left foot come down to meet the right. Reach arms way up. Last little bit. Last little bit. Maybe lean back a little tiny bit at the top, as long as your abdominals stay strong and you're not clenching, you're not pinching the lower back. And exhale, thumbs to the heart. And make your way to your seat. We'll take our final meditation in our seats. I'm gonna sit in the chair, but yep, if you're on your mat, go ahead, sit right down, right back where we started. Gently close the eyes. Really connecting back with your inner world. Breathe in, let your eyes gently flutter open. Reach your arms up to the sun. And exhale, thumbs to heart. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.